7th, I'm Anna Myler. We're in a next weather alert this morning. The snow has been falling for several hours now. Many communities have declared snow emergencies, but the city of Boston is not one of them. Officials say there is no parking ban in effect. However, the city is expecting a flash freeze later this afternoon. So officials are urging residents to clear sidewalks, paths, and entryways before they freeze up. They also suggest clearing catch basins as well as fire hydrants. All right, let's take a look outside at the Zachem Bridge. You can see those snowflakes are flying, but they have not been sticking to the ground in the city or accumulating much at all. You can see the pavement is just really wet out there. Let's check in with next weather forecast meteorologist Jason Michael. Jason, you were outside here in Boston for several hours this morning. What are the conditions like?
The conditions outside have still been very mucky, very icky out there, slushy mix here. That boundary is still setting up in areas east along the South Shore and even the South Coast right now. We're switching over quickly from some snow showers to some mixed precipitation and eventually switching over to rainfall here. So that demarcation zone, I like to say, is really still holding ground. It's basically a stationary front, so it's really just keeping things locked in place here. But one of the other things that I want to point to you on radar right now is sort of the drier areas, but kind of up to the north right now. But the area of low pressure is still far down towards the south. So we're still dealing with this easterly wind coming on in, and this is a warming wind for us. So that's the ocean effect that we're seeing down south across the area. As far as the metro area right now, we're seeing some little bit more changes in the wake of getting a little bit more of the snow showers to move back in. So some of the heavier flakes beginning to move through the Boston area right now, and also areas up to the north. As far as areas inland where the highest snowfall accumulations have been, that still remains along the Mass Pike area, where we've seen several inches, at least a half a foot in several areas there, from the Worcester Hills all the way over to the eastbound area. So Mass Pike, think that, and also think that it's likely going to be an issue there on the commuting sources as far as getting inland if you're going east or westbound there. Going down to the south right now, again, south of that boundary line where you can see some of the heavy precip. This is really some heavy precip right now along the Berkeley area, just to south of Brockton, moving along Route 3 over towards the Cape and the Islands. Again, not a major threat, but again, coming down in the wake of some rainfall there. Our winter alerts are still holding on. Look at all the counties from the areas north all the way down to the south, still shaded there because of the winter weather. And even some of the wind gusts, the highest wind gusts remain on the eastern side of this storm system, coming in from the north later on today, where we're still expecting some modest conditions in terms of some power outages. Look at the temperature spread now between the 30s and even the 20s up to the areas north, and even some 40s splash on there as well. So we're seeing some areas anywhere from 15 to 20 degrees within a difference there from areas north on south. However, that cold air swings right on in once we get to the afternoon hours. Futurecast, here we go, everybody. Buckle up here. Around the freezing mark, you can see as we make our way through Sunday. Now notice this pink line here begins to slide farther south once we get into the afternoon, and really again that's indicating that that low is beginning to push in a lot of that colder air. There it goes, and there's the next stump of colder air moving back in along with the next stump of some scattered snow showers. I think this is now Boston, where we're likely to see some of the highest accumulations begin to move in later today. So we're not done until roughly around 8 p.m. for us this evening. In short order, again, here's our weekend nor'easter that we're talking about, a bit of a lull, and then this afternoon into the evening hours, more snow showers begin to move on in. We'll talk about that full forecast coming up a little bit. Anna?
All right, let's send things over to Tiffany now, who has been keeping an eye on the roads and the skies. Tiffany.
Yeah, so basically no matter where you go, it's going to be pretty messy out there. Let's take what you see right here is a view of the Zachem Bridge, where you can see those snowflakes coming down there. It's not really sticking to the roadway though, which is good thing. So, but you're still seeing some of that sloppery, soupy mess out there. So if you're on the roadways, definitely be careful of that. And we were reporting a tractor trailer did jackknife in Charlton earlier today, but the roads there have been cleared up. MassDOT crews have removed that truck and the lanes are clear for drivers. Now back on this live look here, it really is going to depend on where you go, because out west where we have Penny Commit, those roadways are a bit more covered. Here on the Zachem and much of Boston, it's looking like that snowy, rainy mess. Now flights in and out of Logan Airport though are being impacted by the storm. Right now there are 140 49 cancellations and 16 delays. And airlines including Delta, JetBlue, American, and United are offering waivers for passengers flying into or out of Boston. Now, that option allows customers to change their flight at no cost. But if you're traveling today, it is best to call your airline before heading to the airport. We are keeping an eye out for any major crashes in areas of concerns on the roads. But if you don't need to go out today, we all suggest you stay home and stay off of the roadway so those plow drivers can do that work. Anna?
Great advice, Tiffany. I know Penny was talking to one guy who said, stay home, stay cozy, eat some ramen.
Yeah, I think she might have said that. She wanted to eat that ramen.
Well, this storm could bring some strong wind gusts to the coast, and the snow will be wetter and heavier there. So some regions have put utility crews on standby. National Grid says they have extra staff ready to go through the weekend in case they're needed. Right now, the Massachusetts Emergency Management Agency is showing there are about 17,000 outages across Massachusetts. We will be keeping an eye on this as the snow piles up and turns to ice in some spots. The roads are slick and slippery this morning, especially if you have to climb any hills. Penny Kmet is live in Worcester this morning with a look at the conditions there. Penny?
Anna, let me start by saying I would have loved to have that cup of ramen noodles. I think that guy was onto something. I was thankfully able to get a Dunkin' sandwich this morning that's open at the gas station, and I'm telling you, it was warmer and more delicious than a sandwich has ever tasted. But here in Worcester, of course, we know that it's a very hilly area. We've seen a few cars spin out this morning, seeing a lot of snowplow trucks on the road. These roads very, very slick. Now, I will say people are working very hard to make sure that the roads are a bit safer. Actually, let me go over here to this gas station that we're in if we can. I mean, we've been seeing so many snowplow trucks just help out kind of in a way, which has been a really nice community effort. They also have been refueling here. So, I mean, this is just one of, I would say, at least over 50 that we've seen this morning. And we actually had a chance to speak with one of these drivers. So don't take it from me, take it from him when we say to stay off the roads today.
The roads are pretty rough. It's they're not even plowed, half of them. A lot of trucks stuck. The roads are really bad. There's no equipment out there. That's what it is. And so we're trying to do the best we can with what we have. And we'll get through it. It won't be the first and last. We did it in Blizzard 78. We can make it through this one.
Everyone talks about that blizzard of 78. How would you rate this on a scale of bad to that?
This is easy. This is easy compared to the Blizzard 78. 78, everything was shut down. And my wife's a nurse, so she was locked down for 2 days at the hospital. So this is not as bad.
And as you heard Joe say, you know, we're going to make it through it. This is nothing that we can handle. But here in Worcester, this is going to be probably one of the hardest hit areas of the whole country as the day goes on. We're expecting to get up to maybe a foot of snow. So whether you're here or you're closer to Boston, I would just stay off the roads. It's pretty good snowball fighting snow. So maybe just enjoy some time at home or in the front yard with the kiddos. We're live in Worcester. I'm Penny Kmet, WBZ News.
All right, Penny, thank you. And MassDOT has thousands of pieces of equipment spread out across the state, treating and clearing the roads. This morning, we caught up with Highway Administrator Jonathan Gulliver with MassDOT's plans for the changing conditions outside.
Well, our preference is always to have just snow. The less we have to deal with ice, the better. But we have a fleet that's flexible and able to manage it, and most of our equipment can really just switch gears. And if they encounter an icy spot and they need to put down some salt and address those a little bit more intensely, they're able to do that. Really a good reminder that if you're going to be on the roadways, we haven't seen a storm like this in a long time. You need to take it slow.
And a good reminder if you do need to head out for any reason today, but if you don't have to drive anywhere, it's nice that this is a Sunday, so the safest option is to just stay at home. Well, the Patriots are ending their season in a snowy way today at Gillette Stadium. WBZ meteorologist Jacob Wyckoff has been there all morning long. Jacob, how are things looking there?
Well, we got the snow globe effect happening right now. Anna, good morning to you. We are dealing with the snow throughout the morning. The good news is we've actually seen it lighten up just a little bit. And so because of that, the field crews have done a really good job of being able to get to the field surface and actually let the rest of the field heating mechanism take place. So they've been able to kind of melt away all of the snow on the field. Pat Patriot, he's making an appearance all the way down at the other end zone. Fun fact about me, I used to be a mascot, and I remember days like this where I would be bundled up under the mascot uniform. People couldn't see my teeth chattering, so that was always a fun time. The Patriots on their big Jumbotron have the mood set with all of the wintry scenery. It's just a great day for a football game as the Patriots take on the Jets, 1 o'clock. One thing to note if you are heading to the game today, the roads may be in decent shape as you're getting here. It's really the drive home that you have to watch for. We're expecting that flash freeze to freeze up roadways. So Route 1, 495, 95, please take it easy. We'll have much more coverage here from Gillette Stadium coming up in just a few minutes. Guys, back to you.
Well, Jacob, now we need to know, what mascot were you?
I was a colonial.
I'm sure you did that job well. I can picture it.
And a Blue Man Group guy.
Oh, all right. Okay, that doesn't surprise me. You're very cheery. I can see it.
That was a different life for me, though.
All right, Jacob, thank you so much. Be sure to stay with WBZ and CBS News Boston throughout the day for all of your storm coverage. You can also get the latest on our website, WBZ.com. We'll be right back.